I had with me Skip Yound, Ahmad Aliyy. He always tell me I've been calling him Skip ever since he was in college. So
That's fine.
he say Ahmad
That means
Aliyy.
you know me.
That means I know you.
each other real well. Plus, we from the Buckeyes.
There you go.
You know, they don't matter. We home.
We're homeboys. There we go. And we got always late walking in the gym, Greg Grady. Two former stars at Florida State at different times, but also have real good relationships with each other. And I've known them both a real long time. One of the things that we're really kind of talking about today is all three of us are from the North. And basketball has a different emphasis up there than it does here. And I know when I first came to Florida, the first thing that always amazed me was how athletic the guys in Florida were. I mean, they were little guys that were trying to pin your stuff on the backboard, and just, they 5'10", they walk around in weighted boots and ankle boots and everything. But the basketball skills themselves wasn't quite what I was used to coming from Cleveland. The ball handling, the shooting, being able to do some of those things. I'd like for you guys, separately, collectively, independently, what is your thought on why we just can't seem to get basketball in the same venue that we get football, baseball, track, tennis, golf, some of the other sports that we have in Florida that are really doing well. And you guys were both part of outstanding teams at Florida State. Just share your thoughts with me, a little bit in terms of what do you think the problem is? Or
problem. But I will say that I think that there needs to be more of a concerted effort in the development of basketball as a sport in the state of Florida, particularly with the conditions in the state of Florida. Up north, the conditions kind of, I think, play a significant role in why basketball is pretty prominent.
Conditions.
Well, weather conditions. Most time we grew up, we were playing outside and that kind of thing. We didn't have a lot of gyms to go to, so, but when you did, it was a premium. But here in Florida, shucks, you can play the game inside, outside. You can play it all year round. I think creating better coaches, I think would be something that I could see happening. People who really have a real sense of the game and start working with these kids at a younger age with the game. I know, and like you said, the South has gifted athletes. I mean, very gifted athletes. But I told someone the other day, I said, I have yet to see a true point guard out of Florida. People all the time ask, man, that's a great point guard. Well, I know of only a couple. One is a female. I always tell you this. One is your daughter. And in terms of Floridian, handling the ball, understanding the knowledge of the game, having that kind of pizzazz, so to speak. And a lot of people down south don't like to hear that. They say, "Oh, you just say that because you're..." No. Just like football here, I would never question anybody here about football in the state of Florida. We come on now, But when it comes to basketball, I think I know what I'm talking about, and I've seen some amazing players, and they're still coming out. So that's kind of a little bit of my take on it. In terms of that, I think we need to emphasize a little bit more. Look at it, really look at it.
Definitely, but what resonates in my spirit is there's not a deep historical perspective. There's not a lot of history about great ball players. There's not a lot of love for the game. I'm talking about just, when I was going through this thing, I was having a nostalgia attack. I remember out on the playground, we shoveled the snow off to the side so we could have, and it was just for a half-court game, but we had to have that half-court game. And I was wondering how we even survived, because we didn't have that many gyms to play in. But when we did, oh man, we took it to the top.
what can we do to improve basketball in Florida? What would it take?
I think what I would like to see is these coaches take advantage of some of the resources that's actually here, which means they're going to have to leave their ego off to the side. I think it'd be nice if they get some guys who actually play the game, played it well, doing some great things after basketball. They doing some positive things in the community. They have a nice standard. They're family oriented, blah, blah, blah. I think you should try to reach out and have a little interview type session. Well, what do you think about this? What do you think? Like almost what we're doing right now. And you will find out that there is a deep reservoir of resources in these brothers that can help. And a lot of times, it don't always have to be dollars and cents. It can just be, come on here and see my practice. Tell me what you think. Come and encourage the players. I mean, I wasn't all-star this and an all-star that, but I was still a great player. My name is still in the history books. I got a chance to get paid for to play basketball. So I must have accomplished certain goals, and I was exposed to a lot of things that a lot of guys wish they had seen and experienced. Maybe I can assist. Plus, I can tell some stories as a means of motivating, as a means of letting you know, okay, there's going to come a time when you're going to run into the so-called brick wall where your shot is off. You're going to come to a point where you're going to meet somebody who's just better than you that next day. Do you fall apart? No, you got to have a short memory. But somebody has to tell you these different things that you're going to encourage in your journey of basketball. You need somebody who's going to tell you who's been there. I can do that. Ahmad Aliyy can do that. Yourself. We can tell them. It's not about us trying to promote ourselves. We had our time. I'm happy with that. But there's information that you can drop in these guys' minds and spirits that can elevate them or help them to navigate. I kind of said that wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say. Around some of the obstacles that they're going to deal with in life.
We need to talk about these things. How to better cultivate our program. What problems do you, Coach Clayton, run into, Mickey? Now, I would bring coaches back in to talk to my girl. You came in specifically to help me with an offense that I used to help me win a darn state championship. It wasn't about no ego thing. Had something, asked you about it, came in and did it. So I think that if we start doing that, dialoguing about it, I think there needs to be camps. I really do think there needs to be some camps.
For coaches or players?
Coaches and players. I really do. I think you got people out here just going in there coaching, and they don't know how to coach. My wife...
Have a good day.
Stay up to date with the latest from Insights. Visit our website at insights.com. 2 I's in the middle, INSIIGHTS.com.
Insights is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. The comments of the host and other individual speakers on Insights represent their independent thoughts and representation.